Well, 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 what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. That is a quote by Sir Walter Scott. Thank you for joining me today at Tarot by Izzie here for the moment in a sunny afternoon in central Scotland. I really do appreciate your company, your likes, your shares and subscriptions. Without your help, I wouldn't be able to grow my channel, and I ask to please be mindful to seek help from a professional if you feel you are being triggered. I hate using buzzwords, but you know what I mean. If you feel you're being triggered by any of the subject matter that's been played out in the defamation trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Please also be mindful that this reading is for entertainment purposes only. It will not stand up in a court of law, and at the end of the day, we're in control of our own behaviours and how we respond to life's opportunities and life's challenges. Always leave people in a better place than when you found them, or where you found them. That's the way I look at life. So, I'm just going to have a wee look at an article I came across in the Metro, and it seems like the court case hasn't gone into abeyance, or it hasn't calmed down, because it seems to be getting played out in the media, in the press, online. So PR teams are now getting into battle, so it's all quite interesting. So just have a wee read at this, and then we're going to do a wee reading from the Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas. And the reason I'm doing this is because of the connection that Johnny Depp's got the Disney films as well. And we might do a wee summing up card from the Moonology Oracle, just to get an idea of the influences or the advice that they may have. We might do a wee pendulum, we'll see how it goes. So, as I said, there was an article, and it's headed up Johnny Depp Trial. Actors team claim photo of Amber Heard's damaged lip is fake. Now, I'm substituting some words here because I'm not sure what I can say and can't say. I'm still trying to get my head around algorithms. I don't even know what an algorithm is. I'll figure it out one of these days. Anyway, this is the Metro News by Rishma Dosni Wednesday, May the 11th, 2022. It says Johnny Depp's team has claimed that a photo of Amber Heard sporting a sore lip was fake, despite a mix-up in dates. It goes on to say the Pirates of the Caribbean actor is suing his ex-wife for defamation, with a bombshell trial currently on a break and set to continue next week. That's the 16th. The Aquaman actress's team previously tried to submit a picture, allegedly, showing her with a sore lip and a note thought to be written by the 58-year-old, but after objections from the plaintiff, the judge agreed that it was not offered up in time, meaning it has not been included. It has now been suggested that the picture is from 2012, a year after she said the first incident took place. And this was in the UK trial, which Depp lost. He was taking the Sun newspaper and Dan Wooten to trial. It wasn't Amber Heard, and that's why it's going ahead in Virginia. I think people are getting confused with that. It was the Sun newspaper and Dan Wooten. And I think, don't quote me on it, the things we're hearing in the trial in the Fairfax County court, I think we're hearing more there than what was in the UK trial. And the UK trial, it wasn't a jury trial either, it was a judge. So, there is a difference. So that is why that happened. So, according to TMZ, who obtained the photo, his team said this doesn't follow the timeline of her allegations, and the metadata reportedly confirms that it was taken in 2012. I don't know anything about metadata, so you'll have to excuse me on that. However, a source close to Heard told the outlet that she had a mix-up in her dates for the UK case, with her therapist records reportedly showing that the alleged incident stemmed from 2012. Appearing on the stand in the Fairfax County Courthouse last week, the 36-year-old told the court of the moment she allegedly um, had an incident with her ex-husband. I'm struggling to change words. I was in one of those incidents, I believe it's this one, in his downtown ECB. We call it a loft, and we were in the kitchen, living room area where this incident took place, she said. So see, I'm substituting some of the words. It wears a lot of rhymes. I remember just feeling like I bit my lip and some fluids ended up on the wall. So Depp is seeking 50 million, that's 39 million pounds in the UK in damages in the libel case after Heard penned the op-ed in 2018 discussing uh, uh, domestic issues. Despite not being named in the Washington Post piece, his team argued that it implies she was physically, emotionally, and all things happened during the marriage, which he has denied. And she's, as I said before, she's counter-suing him for $100 million, which is £81 million. And she gave emotional testimony last week. And there was all sorts of things allegedly went on with her bottle as well. My goodness. So, and then it's saying his spokesperson slammed her performance in a statement. As Mr. Depp's counsel correctly predicted in, this is the statement I'm reading, correctly predicted in their opening statements last month, Miss Heard did indeed deliver the performance of her life in direct examination, they said. While Miss Heard's stories have continued to grow new and convenient details, Mr. Depp's recollections have remained the same. Recollections have remained exactly the same throughout 6 painful years since her first allegations were made. His truth, the truth, is the same no matter the environment in which it has been presented. The upcoming cross-examination from Mr. Depp's team will be most telling and will certainly highlight out the many fallacies Miss Heard has now attempted to pass off as fact throughout her convoluted testimony, to which Miss Heard's spokesperson responded, as evidenced by the statement just released. Mr. Depp's defamation claim is falling apart so rapidly that his counsel are turning from prosecutor to persecutor. The Mr. Depp's story has not changed. If so, he lost the DVRO and he resoundingly lost the case in the UK. Perhaps he should consider a new strategy rather than recycled approach of continuing the behaviour and not taking responsibility for the situation. So, and it goes on and on and on and on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go from looking at the case from Amber Heard's PR team, because things are certainly playing out in the PR team. It's not calming down. We're going to keep the pressure up. So I'm just going to do, say, it is the Nightmare Before Christmas Moonology. We'll push that to the side. And we're just going to do the 7-card hexagram as usual. We'll ask the questions from Shane Communication about what is going on there. That's 1, 2 stuck together. 3, 4, 5. Just make sure it's not sticking again. Yep, 6, 7. Right, so it's unusual for them to stick together, maybe they're doing it for a reason. So, what is the current state of play in relation to the situation? What is the current influences that as play as the case has been played out in the press? It's a battle of the PR teams, and here we have the Tower. Okay, so when we have the Tower, we do know that is ordinarily it is a situation where the things are crashing. So whether Shane Communications is thinking the current situation is that the tower is crashing in the media, the situation, they need to get a hold of that to get that back under control. So this is the influence that they are experiencing just now, that they're feeling blindsided, and about revelations that are coming out as well. So, as I say, it usually represents unexpected um, destruction, confusion, and upheavals. So, this is what's swirling around just now. So, what has Shane Communications been up to with Johnny Depp? We know that in 2017, Shane Communications was involved in highlighting allegations about Depp's compulsive spending habits. I tell you, if I had his money, I'd be spending too. But hey ho. So habits made by his former business management firm, the Management Group, after they became involved in a legal dispute after alleged breach of contract. So I got that from the independent news. So we know there's already been engagement between the Shin Communication Group and Johnny Depp. So, what have they been up to in relation to Johnny Depp death? So, I suspect we have two major arcana here. We have the death card in relation to what has Shane Communications been up to with Johnny Depp, and quite clearly what they're looking to is do as much damage as they possibly can. They are looking, obviously the stuff is getting played out in the press, as you can see just now, they're looking for that to continue and maximise whatever they can to change this situation around. So this is what they're hoping for. If they can bring around the, not I don't mean total destruction, but it's coming on top of the tower. The downfall of Johnny Depp, they can then create bigger and better things for their client Amber Heard. This is quite a bit depressing. I was hoping it would be a bit lighter. So how does Shade Communications feel? So we've got the tower, this is underlying influences, things have been revealed, they haven't managed the situation, they've already been in an interaction with Johnny Depp before, they know they're having to manage this tower situation, and what they need to do is to have the downfall for Johnny Depp and turn this around so they can improve the situation for Amber Heard. So what are they thinking about Amber Heard just now? Let's see. And here we have the Hierophant. Well, the Hierophant, again, that's three major arcana we have coming out here. So things are certainly in play here. You know, when they're just coming out like this. So we know now she's going to be seen to be playing by the rules. She's going to be seen as being trusted. And they are acting as her higher self, that they see that she's going to be moving forward with her opinions, because she views herself as being quite enlightened as well. So this is the vibe they're getting off, as much as Shane Communications is advising Amber Heard. I think Amber Heard saying, like, I'm a very important person. I am the Hierophant. I am a leader. I am a strong, independent woman. And this is how they're seeing Amber Heard portraying herself. So they feel this is the image that she is giving across. So how do you actually feel about Johnny Depp? And it is the Seven of Needles in the reverse. So let's see how they're feeling about Johnny. We've already had an indication in the previous cards about their views. So this is the equivalent of swords that we're seeing here. But what we're seeing is it's portrayed as needles in this case. And this indicates how they view him, that obviously that Johnny Depp has been through a difficult time himself. We do know, as I said already, that they've had an interaction before, and I think, I can't quote me on it, I think he didn't come out any worse in his previous relationship. And we already know that there has been conflict between Shane Communications and Johnny Depp. So we are again looking at, it's a replay of the conflict that we're seeing. And it could be you're wary of having a setback because of their previous experiences. That is going to be interesting. So how does Shane Communications feel about this TikTok craze that's going on? Something about I stood on a bee. My dog stood on a bee. So I can't get my head around it. It's TikTok communication. So how are they feeling about this sort of adverse communication, taking the rise out of Amber Heard's situation, her testimony, and we have the sun in the upright. So this, what I'm asking is, how do they feel about the TikTok craze? And ordinarily, the sun is, it's a good sign. It's showing enlightenment. It's been exposed, and it's it's a positive sign here. And it's normal when the cloudy skies pass. The sun comes out, it's shining, it's warmth, it's happiness. So maybe they're seeing that it is being exposed and that people are coming out and getting involved in the sun and the warmth with renewed energy and joining in the testimony that Amber Heard has given. So, but I'm just a bit wary that maybe what's suggesting is there's even more going to be exposed when the sunlight, because the sun does shine a light on everything. So maybe that's what it is. A TikTok craze is shining a light about the public. Mainstream media, most people don't read mainstream media nowadays. They go online to do their reading or to get informed. So I suspect what Shane Communications saying is that she's being exposed online through these TikTok platforms, YouTube, etc. So there's more exposure going on there. So what is Shane Communications hoping for or afraid of being exposed by Amber Heard as she gives testimony? And we have of needles here. Oh dear, it's another sword. It's coming out again. So we have more needles. As I say, these are the swords in this deck. And what we are looking for in the upright represents which has been trapped. So it could be, as I say, if we're sitting here with the 8 of needles, 8 of swords, usually you're trapped but you can find a way out. So maybe they're afraid that she'll come across as being boxed in and not seeing a way out as she's giving evidence, witness statement. So that is going to be interesting. They're concerned about how she comes across on the stand. I think that's more what they're concerned about is her behaviour on the stand. That'll be interesting there. And what is the outcome Shane Communications is hoping for? And here we have the page of potions. Well, the page of potions. Well, there's been a lot discussed in relation to how would you describe it? Potions that have been entertained or dealt with. But ordinarily, it's a childlike card as well. You know, it's creativity, it's charging forward, and they're hoping that the outcome will be in their client's interest. That because I would suggest, and this is personally my opinion only for the entertainment purposes only, Amber Heard has quite a childlike behaviour, if that makes any sense, quite childlike in the way she responds to situations. Even the facial expressions as she was giving evidence. So whether they're hoping that this creativity that Amber Heard has will influence the jury and ultimately the trial will be won, or she'll succeed in her claim for the cross claim for the $100,000. So let's see if we can find anything from the Moonology cards. Let's see if there's any lessons that we can learn from there. Is there simply concerned about things, more things going to be exposed? Her looking like she's trapped as well. We looked at this card in relation to the sun. We asked that question about TikTok, and it is the sun is shining a light, and that's how Shane Communications allegedly, in my opinion only, are seeing this, that people are exposing what they think is going on. So let's go to the Moonology. Oh, a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. But if you look at the actual picture, it's the scales, it's balance, it's the outcome. So whether they're hoping that the justice will happen for Amber. Let's have a wee look, see if we can ask anything here. So, got the pendulum here. Let's see if we can get anything. Right, let's try and hold that steady, 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 please. Right, so towards you is my right. When it moves away from you, it's my left. So we're going to ask, is the outcome going to be successful for Johnny Depp? Is the outcome going to be successful for Johnny Depp in the defamation trial in the Fairfax County? Is the outcome going to be successful for Johnny Depp? And this seems to be indicating yes, it's going to my right. Let's ask the same question. Calm it down again. Let's see what we get here. Is the outcome going to be successful for Amber Heard? Is the outcome going to be successful for Amber Heard in the defamation trial in Fairfax County? Is the outcome going to be successful for Amber Heard? And that is moving to my left. I don't know if I can do this any better where you can see it, but this is going to my left, so that is a no. A no. Last one more. Well, will the will the defamation trial in Fairfax County go its full length, the full 6 weeks? Will the Fairfax trial, will the defamation trial, will the defamation trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard end early? Will the defamation trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard end early? Will it finish sooner than it's planned? Will it finish sooner than it is planned? Will it end early? According to this, it's going to my right towards you. I don't know how you see this on your camera. That's going to my right. It's saying it won't run the full 6 weeks. Shall wait and see how that goes. Okay, people, I hope you have enjoyed it today. Please like, share, subscribe, add your comments, anything to keep this old pensioner happy. I really love your company. Thank you, and I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are. Thank you. Bye.